I'm still a little under the weather. I should have asked Ashley to come do the live show with me. I'm sure she'll be tuning in. Even gonna take the glasses off here and just answer questions like crazy today. I am the man who takes people out into the field and has them to live interact with their items, the Sasquatch. Don't take my word for it. Watch my documentary. Ask John Bitternagel, PhD, Survivor Man, and dozens of other people that I take out. I have a full expedition list this year that is absolutely astonishing, incredible, amazing people coming out. I'm literally banging the drum, telling the whole world Sasquatch is real. Don't take my word for it. Come out with me and I'll show you a Sasquatch. So, what's going on here with this new setup for YouTube? Where are my questions? Welcome to live chat. There we go. So, yeah, and I'm going to have some breaking news this year that's going to be very interesting. So, uh, I'm going to talk about it next week. Yeah, I have breaking news. I have something. We're going to do something that's never been done before ever. So last year I had the incredible, where is it? That beautiful DJI thermal drone. They're not going to work. It's not going to film a Sasquatch in any way that's going to change anything. It's not going to help the research. Why? Because they're so freaking loud. So if you fly those drones around the city and there's cars and all the city noise, it's kind of quiet. You can still kind of hear it, but not so much. Out in the wilderness, I can whisper like this and you'll hear me 50 yards away. The drone hits the air. I have that thing at, what were flying at, like 1,200, 1,500 feet. Man, like it's loud. I know you can't see it, but you know where it is. Even like the deer and the elk and the bears and everything that I got footage of, they're looking up in the sky. I mean, they're completely aware of it. And for me to, I don't know, it's just very instinctual to just avoid it, evade it, and be aware that it's in the air. So it's just not feasible. It's not reasonable at all. But I have a new thing we're gonna do, and it's gonna be very impressive. So again, I'll start talking about it next week. So things are going absolutely amazing, guys. Um, yeah, my expeditions were basically sold out. I finished expeditions in October. I got on the phone in November, and before December, all the spots were taken. What does that mean? And I get hundreds of people that really want to come out and do these expeditions. So I'm going to have to expand. I'm training people to come and do expeditions. So I want this to start getting out there, in that other men and women will be leading and guiding expeditions, even in this research area. So it's not all about Todd standing anymore, and it never should have been. My videos, like the Patterson footage, the Patterson Gimlin footage, nobody should be calling my footage that. It's the Discovering Bigfoot footage, the Sylvanic footage. I never wanted my name to be attached to it because it's just Sasquatch footage. The Discovering Bigfoot banner is really what we are. We are the discovery. We're not finding them. The discovery has happened. It's on. Dozens of people every year eyewitness a Sasquatch, live interact with the Sasquatch, have the most incredible discovery processes going on. I can't tell you the the level of Green Beret, Navy SEAL, military experts, highest level PhDs, incredible men and women at the highest level of intellectual capacity, professionals coming out and learning and knowing. They leave. Like I've had people there day 3 go, oh, Sasquatch is real. That's a Sasquatch over there. Yeah, it is. Even if they don't see it directly or have a really good sighting, shadowy figure moves off, something busts a tree, you go over there, there's tracks on the ground. So, and for those of you who don't know, this is ridiculously remote, way out in the hella backcountry. And anybody with common sense, just you're out there. This stuff happens, and what really gets you when you're out there, boots on the ground, is how random it is. How it's just incredible how it happens, because they own me, guys. They're the boss out there. They are the masters of the wilderness. They are 2 steps ahead of me at all times. They're my teachers, which I think is really the secret to my success. I'm not out there versing them. I'm not out there even as an equal. I'm out there as a visitor on their home habitat, in their land. They've never left. They've lived there since they were born. They know the trees, the rock, the trails. They know what's going on there, top to bottom. They've been born and bred and raised there. And I give them nothing but respect. I come out there humbly. I come out there as a student of theirs, and that's what I teach. And we all come out there. And when you give them that respect, when you understand that I really have nothing to offer them, I know I give them apples as gifts, and there is something I have to offer them that I understand now. But ultimately, they have virtually nothing to learn from me, and I have so much to learn from them. So that's the discovery as it sits. Let's answer some questions here. So the one, hi, I believe you. Thank you. The one, Dave, hi, I genuinely believe. Thank you. Well, what's the difference between believing and knowing? That's where I'd like to get y'all up to, is beyond belief and in the know. And that's what so many people come out for expedition is they believe, but because I don't believe in Sasquatch, I know they exist. I have to say that quickly. If you take the sound bite, it make me look like a jerk, but the whole sentence is, I'm not a believer. I know them. I film them. I take people out. I study the species. They're absolutely real. And listen to me very carefully. I will prove it to anyone, anywhere, anytime. Period. You understand my challenge? You come out in the wilderness with me, and I will prove to you beyond any reasonable doubt that Sasquatch are real. How dare you say that? I do it all the time. I did it in my Discovering Bigfoot movie. I did it with Survivor Man. I did it with 3 PhDs last year. I got 6 new ones coming out this year. The highest level of intellectual brilliance and amazing people, the best trackers in the world, Apache natives have come out with me and go, oh, Bigfoot's real and you're really doing it. You know? So who's next? That's what I have to say. You can't be first, but you can be next. Like, I want you all to get excited because this is really going on. We're really doing this. I'm so grateful for the support of all you people. The discovery's happened. It's over. Like, literally. You need to get that straight. I will take anybody out. I'm versing anybody right now. I've been talking about these big names jumping around. Oh, yeah. It was a YouTuber named Dijon. He's used to be kind of a prankster and stuff. He was the one I was supposed to take out 2 weeks ago. So I got sick. I got that new COVID thing, and it kicked my ass and my whole family's ass, and I'm really pissed off about it, this manufactured illness. But I'm still just at the end stages of getting over it. Thank you again to Ashley last week. I couldn't have done the show without her. I was so sick and coughing so much. I should have her here today, but I'm just so far behind. But believe me, that's all it's going to take, guys. It's simply a matter of time. The discovery is done. I have the research spot. I take people out. I show them Sasquatch. Tyler Oliveira was dancing around. And then I've got these other big name celebrities I'm not going to talk about. I'll tell you, I have the experience. This is why I was so grateful for that Les Stroud Survivor Man dude. All these celebrities are, you can't imagine how many of them have put deposits down and bought airplane tickets, and they just crap out. I mean, it happens like 90% of the time. And it is what it is. But Survivor Man didn't. Survivor Man, I mean, he's legit. That dude, he's 10 out of 10. He's flawlessly Survivor Man. He's the real deal. Dude is tough as nails. Never missed a day. Hell, he came out here injured one year. We had to get his back massaged and stuff. He didn't care. He's coming out. It's a done deal. The time's been booked. We missed maybe a day where he was getting taken care of. He did a walk around and boom, that guy's right back up the mountains. Tough as nails. And that's the problem with celebrities is, you know, I get Snoop Dogg supposed to come out. Well, there are mosquitoes out there. I'm like, well, there's a time of year where there's no mosquitoes. I'm telling this to his agent people, right? And then one of his handlers like, no, there's always mosquitoes there. And Snoop Dogg's terrified of mosquitoes. So it kind of pisses me off because who's his handler? I'm a wilderness expert. If I'm telling you there's no damn mosquitoes out there, I'm guaranteeing, I'm like, dude, if you ever get bit by a mosquito, boom, you can go home. You can have your own vehicle sitting by, right? So just these pathetic and stupid excuses. So because it matters. If all we need to do, guys, is get one, YouTuber, Snoop Dogg or Martha Stewart was bouncing around coming out here, right? It doesn't matter. Once we get someone to jump on board and bite, I'm gonna win. I always win. This is my cage, guys. I'm the heavyweight champion of Sasquatch, period. I'll always win. It sucks Joe Rogan went out with somebody else, no disrespect to the person, but he didn't convince Rogan. If Rogan came out with me and I challenge him, he's got some wilderness people, bring your boy. Bring your top dog. That's what happens. Last time was Garth. That world famous medical doctor. I did videos about him. Excuse me. He brought out this freaking like top secret Green Beret dude that was just like unreal. Guy was spectacular. And Sasquatch came around, and on day 3, this dude looked at Garth and goes, "That's a Sasquatch. Sasquatch are reals." And this dude right here, what's his name again? Oh yeah, Todd Standing. He's really showing people Sasquatch. We're dancing around. He got within like 50 yards of a Sasquatch. It was awesome, right? And you're not fooling people like that. Like this was an elite Green Beret. Like the guy's like in his 60s, but he's like top general status. Like this guy is impressive, very impressive, impressive tracking skills. A very impressive man. Day 3, Sasquatch are real. He's doing little things with them he didn't tell me about. He's stacking rocks and the Sasquatch are stacking it back. I didn't even know. He's doing these little secret things just to further substantiate that these things are really happening. So we're winning, guys, and I want you to be excited about it. So thank you, Andy, for tuning in today and keeping everything cool. Cricket, hello, everyone. Hi from Calgary. Hey, Dan. I'm just outside of Calgary now. I'm an Alberta boy. For Alberta, BC, I'm a Western Canadian. So hello from Lakeland, Florida. Man, there's good Sasquatch activity down there. Hello, my guy. Hello, Jason, Sherry. Good evening from North Carolina. Oh, we're an international show, guys. We're Canada, US, and you wait, we'll get Australia. Jason, boom. Good evening, everyone. Hello. So Jason Shoot, second human being of all time that had a spiritual animal ritual performed on him up on the Radium Mountain. And I was first. He was second. Who's next, right? And this is some deep stuff, guys. This discovery is mostly spiritual. You have to be physical. You have to be mental. You have to be emotional. You have to have good life force energy. But the majority of this discovery is spiritual and spiritual that taps into the extrasensory perceptions and your third eye. It's hugely enormous, and it surprised me. You see this space between my finger? See that space right there? It surprised me that much that Jason Shoot went up there. Someone who's so connected, who's so open, who's so clean, who's so flowing in his life, and boom, had this incredible spiritual animal ritual. Congratulations, my friend Jason Shoot. I'm very proud of you, sir. You have his spiritual animal is a grizzly bear. And he saw it, and the bear was there. A grizzly bear put on a show for this man. Can you believe that? And you should have been terrified. He literally went into a corridor where bear has to go by him. Like this is not a wide corridor. Maybe at times it's like 200 meters. It widens up to maybe at the most, 200 yards, let's say, for the US. Maybe at the most 500 yards. Bear's going to have to go past him. Bear was there doing stuff bears don't do. And spiritual animal success. So congratulations to you, my friend. What an incredible thing. It's so, and it's for all of us. You know, I want you all to be excited. There's some serious stuff going on here, guys. These Sasquatch are high-level shaman. The other thing that happened with Jason Shoot, guys, this is a freaking miracle. So Jason Shoot, tough dude, very fit, went up to Radium by himself. Only survivor man's ever done that, I think. Or there's been quite a few people up there. I guide them, but I think he's the only other one that went up by himself. So Todd Standing, Jason Shoot, and Les Stroud, only people that have been up there by themselves. And so Jason, his knee is killing him. It's brutal. He's like, I don't know how I'm going to get down, right? And when he's up there, man, you got to come down. It's harder on your knees when you come down. So he was very concerned about that. He didn't have to be. He went to sleep. Sasquatch came up to him, gave him a little touch. Knee pain, gone. So he walked down that mountain. His knee was fine. This doesn't even surprise me, guys. They do this stuff. This is so spiritual. And you can call me woo if you want, but you better understand something very, very clearly. The greatest trackers in the world, the best outdoor wilderness experts alive. I'm amongst them. Nobody can argue that. I've got over 2,000 hours of backcountry wilderness experience. No, it's 2,000 days. It's insane how much time I've spent out there. I've been trained by the best in the world, right? Survivor Man's trained me. I've had Cree elders train me. Blackfoot natives train me. Now I've got a Macaw elder training me. Macaw elders training me. Like the level that I'm at, guys, the amount of time I've spent in the wilderness, there's just nobody who does that anymore. And the reason I'm telling you this is the Sasquatch are literally 2 or 3 levels above me. And the only way you get that high above me is through extrasensory perception. That's it. So they're feeling energy. These facts are out there. If you think extrasensory perception isn't real, you are living in the dark ages. Welcome to modern times. Every university in the world accepts that extrasensory perception is real. Sasquatch have known it and been practicing these abilities for probably thousands of years. So they're significantly ahead of us. You cannot sneak up on something that can feel your presence, that knows you're coming, extrasensory perception. That's why they evade us so well. It's as simple as that. And this is 1 + 1 = 2. This is not woo anymore. Get it out of your head. They do this. It's real. I've experienced it. I've had dozens of expeditioners experience it. I've been boots on the ground, neck deep in it, seeing stuff go on that's impossible without extrasensory perception. Another example. This is legit, guys. And I've had 50 occurrences like this. Get a dude from California, doesn't know much about the wilderness. He comes out. We're driving in the research area. There's a tree break right over the road that I've been ignoring. I don't really ignore tree breaks. I've been staying away from it. I've been feeling the energy. It's not for you. We drive up on it, and I have an eyewitness too. An Australian was out there. It was the Canada versus USA versus Australia. So California guy gets out of the vehicle, goes, I've seen this tree break. What? He goes, yeah, there's a track right up here. What? So we get out. There's the tree break. There's the track right there. Okay, well, that's interesting. Odds of him having known that, or maybe he's a kook, right? So and that's what Australia is thinking. Even me, I'm like, well, this is kind of weird. And he goes, you know what? Way over there, he's never been here before. He couldn't have. It's impossible. Nobody knows this area but me. I've never taken this man out. I've never really spoken to him besides on the phone. He goes, dude, right over this ridge around the corner, there's another tree break and a track up there. If he's right, they've been extrasensory perception speaking with him, and they gave him this information, and they broke those trees for him, and they wanted him to come. And sure as can be, we walked right around that corner, and there it is. The Australian guy's this. What's happening here? He thinks it's some kind of gag on him. Telling the truth. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know how the hell this guy saw that. It's not possible. The odds, it's literally completely impossible. The tree break that was over around the corner, I'd never seen it before. It was like hidden in the bush in a weird spot. And I hadn't been over there and looked at that yet. There's thousands of acres of terrain that I could never get to. Fresh tree break, done for him, track on the ground, right where he said it was. Extrasensory perception. And I could sit here all night and give you 50+ examples of stuff that is not possible to have happened without serious, like remote viewing, remote speaking, remote extrasensory perception. Wow. That's what's going on here, guys. So really, really understand that. The evidence is out there, and we're learning things about quantum now. I'm working with quantum physicists. They're afraid to open up and tell me what quantum physics has proved beyond what I have of knowledge right now. You think I'm woo? And you better be afraid, man, because quantum physics they're not having a discussion with you about it. These are facts that are scientifically repeatable and proven on a quantum level. They're not going to discuss this with you. The stuff that I'm talking about, they're literally light years ahead of it. They can't even go public because it's going to disrupt society so deeply when you start talking about the quantum factual knowledge that they have right now. That's why you get all these professors out there. They're going around, they're speaking about quantum and how the brain works and how we attract things. It's scary what they know. So that's the reality. That's the future. And it's a wonderful, magnificent future. Be very excited about it. I encourage you to come be a part of it. So, because if you don't become a part of it, you're going to get left behind. Hi from Jacksonville, Florida. Todd standing in the truth. Thank you, Stacy. Jason says, boom, boom is what the Sasquatch do. That's to let themselves be known. Where will the next expedition be? So I did Nia Bay. Loved my time there. Thank you, Brian and Nalia, Washington, Ashley, Kara, all the people that were out there. I didn't say some people's names, but I will be going to Nia Bay in Washington State with the Makah Native people for the rest of my life. Every year for a month or at least 2 weeks. So that was the last place I went to. I was supposed to take Digion is his name. So it's D-I-Gion. He's a very famous YouTuber. He's got like 5 million followers on YouTube. He's changed his scope of practice. I'm hoping he'll come back out somehow, but he quit on me twice. So no disrespect to him. You know, stuff happens in life, and I just found that to be the way with celebrities. But we're gonna get somebody out here, and we're gonna take this to a new level. I'm very excited. So, but to answer your question, long story short, it's gonna be radium. I'm back to radium this year. I will go to Nordeg. Nordeg is where I did survive Bigfoot, radium, and Nordeg. Be patient. This is COVID. You should be scared because I'm way better. Oh my God, I was so sick. I haven't done these live shows or videos for weeks and weeks and weeks. I've been so sick. Dan Chi Coin, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. If you want to make a donation that actually goes directly to me, and I get it, because YouTube thanks you more, most of that money goes to them. You can go to my website, discoveringbigfoot.org. I'm sure Andy will put a link up here if you see it. Oh, that feels good. Thank you, my son. And you can support this research, guys. Be excited about it. So we got some exciting stuff happening, and it's thrilling. We're so far ahead. But again, thank you so much for that donation. All the likes. Todd, your work is amazing. And it's our work, guys. I couldn't do this without your support. I'm a full-time Sasquatch researcher. It's all I do. I talk to people about Sasquatch, make videos about Sasquatch, and make movies about Sasquatch, take people out for expeditions on Sasquatch. So it's my whole life, wilderness and Sasquatch. Steve Bennett says, your expert opinion on difference of Asian Yeti and North American Sylvanic Sasquatch? Oh, good question. I have an answer. In Asia, they have black bears, just like we do here in North America. And although they're obviously of the same descendants, they're obviously different. So the black bear in Asia is smaller, more aggressive, and just a little less powerful, a little less speedy. So, and that's what I see with the Yeti. They're smaller, more aggressive. That's what happens though. In nature, this is a rule. As you get colder and the environment gets harsher, species get bigger, but there's less of them, significantly less of them. And since there's less of them and they're bigger, they become less aggressive. So as they get smaller, they get put into tighter areas and there's higher competition, they have to become more aggressive. We see this with deer species, for goodness sake, never mind with predators. So, because, out in these areas, like we have the biggest bears, the biggest mountain lions, they're huge out here. And the biggest of the big is way north up in Alaska, right? Or Northwest Territories in Canada. The biggest bears are the polar bears, but they're also the rarest bears. And they're also, well, I don't know if less aggressive counts for polar bears. They're killing machines up there and they have hard times. But anyway, I just see that with the Yeti, 100%. The Yeti's absolutely real. I just know it in my heart. Like that's something I believe. I can't say I know because I haven't been there, but I kind of do know actually, because I've talked to people. I've met people that have seen the Yeti, the Yeti specifically from Asia. They have to be real, guys. There's just, and I've seen the trackways, based on the tracks that I've seen. Yeah, they're real. I mean, the freaking morphology in the foot, that is extremely detailed. Like the anatomy of the foot is so detailed. Like it's like even like the difference between like a gorilla hand and a human hand, the anatomy is very different. If you see a gorilla's hand, they're very different looking than ours. There's a different morphology. And the morphology of the Sasquatch's foot, it doesn't match humans. Oh no, there's extreme differences, but it matches the Yeti. And we've seen it the trackways. You literally, what I do know? You can't fake that. Like we're talking, guys, this is like fingerprinting here. So the foot morphology of the Yeti, of the Yern, matches that of what we see with Sasquatch and Bigfoot here in North America. And you can't fake that stuff. And we have Jeff Meldrum to thank for that, because he's proven that stuff. The guy is a freaking titan. The more I look at his work, the work that he's done, I mean, he basically proved the species. He proved the species exists based on the tracks, based on the morphology and the anatomy and the dynamics of the foot. It's done. It's over. We shouldn't even be having this conversation. If he took it into a court, he actually proved it better than a court of law. Other PhDs signed off on the authenticity, and it's scientifically accepted that the foot's real, just not the rest of the body. Like, it's unprecedented how pathetic this is, right? But I have so much respect for that man. The more I look into Jeff Meldrum and what he's done, it's incredible. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. We can never repay him for what he's done for the Sasquatch community. It's absolutely stunning. Joseph Worse. Hi, Todd. Do you think these Bigfoot shows today on cable, TV, help or hurt the discovery? Oh, it's such a good question. Oh, well, they lie so much. They're so deceptive. They're so fake. It breaks my heart to see that when they're lying. But who's lying? I don't know. I'm not going to name any names, but like, you just, if you're lying, that's why Jeff Meldrum and Todd Standing and John Bitternagel and Survivor Man are not doing these shows, because we won't lie. Even worse than that, you know what makes us real sons of bitches? Is if I catch you lying, I'm going to expose your ass. And that gets us out of these shows. No way. Every one of these shows has called me and talked to me. All these big shows. In fact, Expedition Bigfoot, that was me. That was me, Jeff Meldrum, Ian Redmond, and we're going to find some other woman. It was a done deal. Cream Productions did it. It's done. And they talked to us, and I told them, and Jeff told them, and the great Ian Redmond, I don't know if he got interviewed, but we told them all straight, you lie, man, and we're going to get you. No lying. You freaking tell the truth. And they're not going to do shows with people like that. So does it hurt? I guess. I'd like to try to look at the bright side of it. I mean, they're talking about Sasquatch. Sasquatch is real. So, I don't know. I try to be bright about it, but I can't be excited about deception, right? So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Hello from Virginia. Hello, Jason. Boom. Jason's talking on here. Jason's excited about this year. So am I. Todd, do you think the Sasquatch that are seen new towns, I think you mean near towns or suburbia, come in either for an easy feed or curiosity? Well, I hope not for an easy feed. I'd like to think they have tremendous abundance. They don't have trouble with food, maybe new food. Curiosity, sure, curiosity. The problem with you asking me that question is every Sasquatch is different. They're different individuals, right? Completely different. Dogs are different. Cats are different, right? Human beings are so different. So every individual Sasquatch has its own completely beautiful, dynamic, different personality. So everyone's going to be completely separate. So there's no way for me to answer that question, right? Some Sasquatch hate people. I have seen that. Some Sasquatch thoroughly dislike people and have no tolerance for them. I've seen it. And then you get the opposite of that. Some of them are very embracive and have a lot of respect for people. And that's where I go. Those are my research areas. Literally, I'll tell you guys this. I checked my numbers too. 50% of the time I go into an area, I get rejected by Sasquatch. 50% of the time, they're okay with me. So it's 50-50. So literally half of the species doesn't like me there. And I mean, like, they want me gone. Like, they do not like me there. They do not want me there. They don't have any respect for what I'm doing. And that shouldn't even surprise you. When you go to a native reserve, 50% of people are, on one side and 50% of the other. It's really like something that's in the biology. You're a vaxxer, anti-vaxxer. You're a Republican, you're a Democrat, right? So it's really, there's really that separation, that's this 50-50 that goes on. And I see it with the Sasquatch. It's very universal. So very interesting though, isn't it? Much respect to you, Legend Todd. Thank you, Mayor. I want to make this clear that I'm really training people. I think there can be a lot of Sasquatch researchers. I expect on this live show right now, there are future Sasquatch researchers. And I don't want you guys thinking this can be done. You can be a Sasquatch researcher. I want to make that happen. That's a goal. Through some hard times, but that just makes you strong, right? I've been into the fire, guys, and I've been put white hot and I've been cleansed. I even feel like this COVID did that to me. Kicked my ass and my children's asses hard. It just reforged us. Like, we're just going to come out tougher and better for it. And I want other people to come out and do this. And I want to grow and expand dramatically, because I'm not really special. I work hard and I'm passionate, but so can you, right? You can work hard, you can be passionate in your own different way. And no one's like me. I'm unique, but nobody's like you. You're very special. You're very unique. And I'd be very excited to expand and grow this stuff. So, because a lot of people, maybe not anybody, but a lot of people can do what I do. So, and in beautiful, brilliant, different ways, which excites me because nobody will do it like me, and I won't do it like anybody else. I literally, when I'm training people or working with people, I literally give them a foundation, and I just let them go. I love it. Let them go. Let them do their thing. Let them feel in their own unique way. I would hate to indoctrinate them with this is the way and this is how you get it done. No, 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 it doesn't work that way. Here's your foundation, and I'll sharpen you up a bit when I can. But man, I can't wait to let you go and do something different. I would hate to have somebody come out and just do it precisely my way. That would suck. So Andy says, please subscribe. We would love that. Over 450 videos. Is that crazy, Andy? Oh my God. That is so crazy, right? Like, man, we are just doing great work here. I love that. Do you also think they can be paranormal? Well, by definition, they're paranormal, but that just bothers me. Really, really bothers me. So, paranormal means not normal, and it's not accepted, and it's not scientifically known. That's horse manure too. The DNA is out there. Jeff Meldrum got it out of the realm of paranormal. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Follow the money, right? Sasquatch becomes real. They're an indigenous people. How does that feel? I mean, I'm just going to say it. They're completely a people. There's nothing more indigenous than a Sasquatch. They're completely sentient, brilliantly sentient. They're going to have land rights, and that's going to just screw everything up with logging and money systems, right? It's going to be absolutely devastating. So, but to some people, I guess the definition as far as pop culture is they're paranormal. I would say that's absolute horse manure crap. There's nothing paranormal about this. The evidence is so beyond a freaking reasonable doubt. Shut the front door, right? You're awesome, dude. Goosebumps. Thank you, Drew's views. Appreciate that. You should get Joe Rogan. I want that. Joe Rogan's been talking about me. Like, let's get this guy. Survivor Man was on there. I know a couple of the people that have been on there. He talks about me. I'm the Canadian guy that's brainwashing people to believe in Bigfoot. That's how he refers to me. He looks at my stuff and he says it's fake as F. Good. Let's dance, boy. Like Joe Rogan is one tough dude. Nothing but respect for him. He's a man who's out there changing pop culture, love him or hate him. He's working for the benefit of humanity. He really believes in what he's doing. I have so much respect. I've always been a Joe Rogan fan. Initially, when he was slagging on me, it hurt my feelings. But screw that. Let's dance. You want to call me out? Let's go. Bring it. Like, what the hell, man? So it doesn't matter who you are. I'm going to take you. I'm going to show you. And believe me, fearless I'm way beyond that. I'm just going to take people out, and that's it. Have a nice day. That is your calling to help us know. It is, isn't it? And to help people bring clarity to it. I have so much experience. Gosh, like literally 98% of the questions that people task to me, really good questions. I have so much experience that I can really be, if I can't give you a direct experience that I've had to help you answer that question, I can extrapolate based on what I've studied with gorillas and chimpanzees and orangutans and other people's authentic interactions and mixed in with my personal experience. Bro, I didn't know people were still on this. Silly, goofy, goosebumper. You didn't know people were still on this? As in Sasquatch? Well, it's still real. Don't take my word for it. Come out with me and I'll show you a Sasquatch. Hello, my friend. Hello, Raymond, Ramon, Drew. Yo, Joe Rogan, seriously, that would be awesome. I would love that. Let's bring it. Let's dance, right? I can't tell you how badly I want that. He called me out. And I was just in a weird part of my life going through all this stuff. And I just didn't know. I didn't know he called me out. I didn't know he was calling me out. And I would take him out 2 seconds. Like, let's dance. Let's do this. So, and not even just Rogan. Forget Joe Rogan. What about Russell Brand? What about, Mr. Beast? Tyler Oliveira was dancing around with me here, and I'd like to get him back on board. He looks like an amazing dude. There's so many people. We don't have to worry about just Joe Rogan. We just got to keep banging the drum, right? And you just got to get it so they hear it. Hear me, right? And we will. They'll come on board. So Father Russell, thank you so much for your donation. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Todd, for what you do for us that have seen one. Your life is never the same, right? Oh my God. Like, it's such a paradigm shift. such a good point. Because everything changes when you've seen one. Well, actually, first you have to go through the phases of breaking the paradigm, right? Everybody I've shown a Sasquatch to, without question. They go away, they start thinking something's wrong with it, they start questioning it, but the more they question it, the more they realize that's not possible, that's not possible. And then when they get rid of all the paradigms and all the garbage, it comes back to, I really saw a Sasquatch. And they always call me a month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, and say, Todd, I really saw a Sasquatch. And I'm like, yeah, I know. No, you don't understand. I didn't believe. I do understand, because it's just the way it is. People have that paradigm shift. It takes time. And that's just responsible, because it's such a paradigm shift. And then once you're in that no category, you're up leveling. It's such a gift. That's what I tell people, that a big difference between my interviews with people and other interviews, when I realize in my heart, this person's seen a Sasquatch, when I hear things, when I hear that ring of truth, first thing I say to them is, congratulations, there's something so special about you, because you got to see a Sasquatch. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in accidents. And Jeff Meldrum would argue with me on this, and that's cool. I just don't believe in it. So I think things happen for a reason. I think Sasquatch shows themselves to people for a particular reason. It all matters, right? So thank you so much, Father Russell. And if you've seen one, I would love to hear you. Bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'd love to hear about your experience and how it changed your life. Help enrich this discovery, because I know you probably won't, because I ask this every week. Send me an email. I'd love to hear about it, right? I'd love it, guys. So, yes, mermaids are real. I don't agree. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. I have no evidence to substantiate that. But congratulations if you've made that discovery and I haven't been able to see it yet. You got to go get Joe Rogan out there. Oh my God, we talk about it. I agree. So you can believe and get proven you're right. And wouldn't that change things, right? Is mommy milk real? I don't know what that is. Do you think they can camouflage like on the movie Predator? Yes, but it's different. In the movie Predator, they use technology. I believe a Sasquatch can just block you, make you even, I don't believe, I know this. They could actually make you like look over there and, kind of Jedi mind trick you to not look in their direction. Or if you see one, they could probably Jedi mind trick you to think, oh, you're just seeing a bear, or you just look away, don't worry about it. Like, there's things they can do. Absolutely. They've done that to me. They've done it to expeditioners. So, but just not like the technology. They're not using technology. They're using empathic ability. So that's one thing nobody's talking about, is you can use empathic ability to affect other people. You can get into somebody's mind and you can create certain levels of manipulation. And in my experience, it's been kind of minor, but like, I've had a Sasquatch mind speak to me, get up a tree. Maybe that wasn't even minor. It saved my life. A grizzly bear sow would have killed me. Sasquatch knew it. For some reason, I'm walking along, feel perfectly safe. I see a grizzly bear sow walking away from me. I got the wind gauge. I'm not afraid. I just keep walking on my way. Suddenly, this thing in my head hits me like, get up that tree! I don't even know why. I drop my stuff, and I'm ripping myself up the tree. I busted my fingernails. I'm bleeding to get up this tree. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And then I get my foot up. Just as my foot's coming up, this grizzly bear sow hits that tree, man, and her jaw snapped. And slobber hit my boots. That's how close she was. If she'd have hit me with her jaws and ripped me out of the tree, she'd have torn me limb from limb, and I would have been dead as disco. Even if she would have just seriously injured me, I'd have bled to death before I ever got out of there. I was like 6 miles of bush backcountry, nothing, no ability to call nobody, dead. Like, never would have found my body dead. So, is that powerful? I'll let you decide on that on your own. And I've had multiple experiences like that, where they can be very empowering. And I've heard many other people authentically tell me about this as well. So I'll let you make up your mind on how powerful you think that is. But a being that can do that to you, that can commit to make you do things like that, couldn't they just say, I'm not here. You're not seeing a Sasquatch. Or look left, look, there's something very interesting. Oh, I get a funny feeling, look left, and they're on the right-hand side, right? So absolutely, based on my experiences, 100% they can do that. So Drew says, Joe Rogan, Thank you, Father Russell. Yes, Andy, agreed. I'd love to come out and see a Sasquatch. See, now the problem with that that really irks me is I'm at the point right now where I could take hundreds more people out, and I'm just one man. That's why I want to. That's why I'm going to expand. So Kyle started taking people out last year, and I just got to keep expanding. I have a whole bunch of people in mind. So because the discovery is not about Todd Standing. It's not called the Todd Standing Discovering Bigfoot. It's just discovering Bigfoot. We need to grow. We need to expand. I'd like you to be able to look through a list of expeditioners and go and watch their videos and go, man, I like James. Oh, I like Kyle. Man, I like Doug, right? Based on their videos and what they put out there. So um, that's the way it's going. We got to expand because I want to just I want people going out and doing this research, connecting in nature, and you know, all that stuff. Do they camouflage? Good question. Keep chatting. So I answered that one. Why would mermaids eat people? They eat fish, silly. I don't know. Yeah. Sherry, uh, Moneyhan, thank you very much for your donation. Really, really appreciate it. If you want to make a monthly donation, that's what works for me. Is it's that timing monthly donation. If you could easily afford it, Patreon works good. PayPal works good. Go to my website, discoveringbigfoot.org. I guarantee you, I will never stop doing Sasquatch research. I will always have stuff to tell you guys. I'm always spending a freaking fortune on this discovery process moving forward. That's one thing I guarantee about me is a lot of people have really taken the money and run when it comes to Sasquatch. They don't give anything back. And I give, all I want to do is grow. I got a new trailer this year. Well, thanks to mostly donations or a donation from John. Thank you so much for that, John. But Logan's putting in, and I just get so many people helping out, and we're getting new trucks, we're getting nicer equipment, we get new technology coming in. It's just all I want to do. My trucks are old. Not a new truck, but I'm getting a newer truck, right? So just better equipment, and the e-bikes are amazing. They've worked really well. That was a big upgrade for us, electric bikes, and I just want to keep upgrading. I just love what I do so much, and I love taking people out, and yeah, that's it. I just love this stuff. Hi Todd, you're still sick? You sound a bit better. I do. Do our friends travel across country, i.e., from BC to Ontario, to look for mates? Well, I have no evidence of that, but I would think absolutely. So absolutely, there's no limit to where they can go. Not just BC, Ontario, but they can go south. Like they would just have no trouble doing that kind of stuff. It would be simple, and I highly expect they do that. Just one side, but again, it's the individual, right? You get individuals that are very homebody and love their land and never going to leave and conservative. You get the ones that are outgoing and want to explore. It's just part of nature, right? The black sheeps, and that's just the way it goes. You're always going to get that, and that's what's so rich about this species. So, Stephen Bennett, your influence on me is actually working for my quest to be that better person. Authenticity. Well, what an honor. And what Steven's talking about is, guys, Sasquatch taught me this. I'm going to teach this to the world. The most powerful thing you could do is be authentically yourself. Don't. The surest way to fail is to follow precisely in someone else's footsteps. It's cool to be mentored and guided a little bit, but be your authentic self. And part of being authentic, you know what that is? And you better believe this is real. Tell the freaking truth. Like, how freeing is that? Be honest, show integrity, be passionate about what you do, feel into things, right? You have a frequency. This is quantum stuff, and this is not arguable. You have a frequency that you were designed to oscillate at. We all do. And up leveling or down leveling can happen. But the point is to get on your frequency, and everything will just come into your life. So, and remember too, that even when you get on your frequency, you're going to need lessons. You're going to need your ass handed to you. And I don't know about feminine, but I'll tell you something. Like, I get lessons. I like those hard lessons. I like it when sons of bitches get in my face and go, don't be such a chump. Toughen up. You can do it. I like those kind of lessons. I'm very masculine, right? I like to get my ass kicked. It doesn't work for feminine, right? It's very different for feminine. They're nurturing, they're loving. They're, Jane Goodall, Diane Fossey, Ashley is, authentically very nurturing, very loving. And we want to promote that in them. So, but that's authenticity, guys. Be authentic. If you don't know what that means, freaking figure it out. The most powerful thing you can do, this is not arguable, this is a fact. It's not love, it's not laughter, it's not your happiness or your joy, it's your authenticity. All those things I just mentioned fall into place when you're oscillating on your frequency. You'll get those things. If you find you're out of place in life and you're having trouble with things, get back on authentic track. Meditate, figure out who you are, what's your purpose, and go kick some ass. I'm telling you this because you can't be a Sasquatch researcher. Yep, I can. Well, you can't get another Sasquatch video. Yep, I can. You can't show people. I could go here all day about all the things that they told me I couldn't do. And I did it. You don't tell me that. That can't word is one of the ugliest words. You can. I believe in you. I'm telling all of you this. I freaking believe in you guys. You can. Show those sons of bitches and all those jerk offs that tell you can't. You know what? You know why they tell you can't? Because they can't. And you can. And I believe in you. And I don't care what it is you do. If you're a garbage man, do a good job. Pick it up, do that extra work, kick some ass, be great at whatever you are and whatever you do. You know, we need garbage men. They pick up the garbage. I have respect for these people, right? Do a great job. Don't be an asshole. Be authentic. Maybe that's what your design was. But what do you do beyond that even? You're a great garbage man. You make good money. That's cool. Are you a great dad? Are you an amazing husband? Do you give back to your community? Are you a coach? Right? My little girl and my son are coached all the time. They're in soccer and football and all these incredible gymnastics. These coaches, man, I admire these people. I just went up to my daughter's coach today, shook his hand. I go, you know, I so appreciate you. I appreciate you. He's like, thanks. You know, no, people don't say that to me. And I'm like, dude, you're out here teaching my daughter. You're all, you know, beautiful and teaching her about soccer. And I feel like that man is very authentic. He's built for that and he loves it. I'm not getting paid for that, right? But he gives back to the community. Why does he do that? Because he's being authentic. That brings him such joy and happiness because he's built for that. He loves soccer and he wants to put that out there. I love nature. I love Sasquatch, and I'm putting that out there to you guys because I'm so freaking passionate about it. As I'm talking authentically, my throat's hurting less. So, but Stefan, I'm proud of you, dude. Stefan Bennett, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of all you that are becoming more authentic and coming into your own. This discovery is not about the discovery of a new primate. This is way beyond that, guys. And you must understand that. Extrasensory perception, authenticity, connecting to nature, grounding, all these beautiful things. That's what the discovery of Sasquatch really represents. I hope you all can understand that. Because I don't believe that. I know it, I live it, I'm living proof of it. I have such a beautiful life. I could get teary-eyed about what an incredible life I've earned here by being authentic. You can do anything when you're authentic. You'll win. So Drew's Views says Joe Rogan. Thank you, Sherry Boom. Thank you, Sherry. Yes. Stacy Morale. Been known hoaxer since teen. I'm 58. Never doubted. I don't know. Been knower. Sorry. Since you were 16. This is Stacy Morale. I wonder what made you be a knower, Stacy. And you know, I'd love to hear it. Bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Father Russell. Most can't make the walk into the mountains to get near them, right? And that's why a lot of these sightings are so impressive because they're coming out. Again, I'll quote Claudia Hackley's freaking incredible sighting of a Sasquatch. The Sasquatch came into, you know, wherever she was in California. I can't remember the exact spot. I investigated it. I was like, what the hell were they doing there? Multiple individuals, young ones, were out here. So it can happen. It's not impossible. But you know, great that you can get out there, Father Russell. And you know, but again, be careful, guys. Like use, you know, like these. You're really irresponsible if you're out in the woods. Like this is my Garmin. I've had this for many years now. It's a safety device, right? I kick it open. See, it says SOS on the side. I kick this open, get my SOS. Like be careful. Make sure you don't get lost because it can happen. You know, being a wilderness expert like I am. You know, if I don't go out with my compass, I'm really cautious. But it's easy to make a mistake. It's easy to get turned around. You get something like a bear chasing you, or you have an incident with a bear. You don't want a bear chasing you, but get an incident where you get turned around, mountain lion screws you up, something major happens, and now you lose your bearings, right? You're 600-700 meters from where you knew you were. How do you get your bearings again? Well, you got to know your directions. Like you got to take care, and I want you guys to all come back safe because tell you one thing about the wilderness. It's beautiful and amazing, but it's freaking unforgiving. Like there's no wokeness out there. You'll die. Like it has no sympathy for weakness. So you better go out there. You better be strong. You better be smart. Use your technology because you're not a deer. And come home safe, please. So important to me. Sasquatch does exist. He's my spiritual animal. Ooh, that's heavy, right? Just so you know, Sherry, that is heavy, heavy, heavy. In native culture, um, that's almost like scary to them. I knew there's a long story. I'm not going to get into it, but there's only one man I ever heard of that had a spiritual animal of a Sasquatch, and he lives with them. Like he's out there, and wow, he's like it's really next level of power. Like Jason Shoot, he got the grizzly bear, powerful spiritual animal, right? I got the red tail hawk, which made sense to me, and I felt into it, especially in my younger years, or when I got it, like a decade ago, maybe even longer than that. Man, I've been doing Sasquatch research a long time. But Sasquatch is powerful. Almost, it actually, I've been taught by Cree elders and the Cree people, that's a scary, powerful spiritual animal, and I still feel it. I feel it strongly. So, and congratulations to you. I'm sure you have good reason for that. Blood gonna find Bigfoot. This is from Angelina. Brazil. Why are all Bigfoot photos filmed on a potato? I don't know what that means. Todd, you need to drink pineapple juice. It's stronger than any prescription cough syrup. I'm using elderberries. So, and I appreciate all these wonderful get well stuff. Thank you very much. Thanks for keep cleaning up the chat room there, Andy. Howdy from Texas, friend. God bless. Yeehaw. The stars and lights are big and bright. Deep in the heart. My mom lived in Texas for a couple years. She's Canadian. She was a nurse down there. And then I've got some colleagues down there. Well, Logan is a Texan. Just so tough. Like you'd never know it. He just seems like a regular guy. He's got like a regular voice, and he's a nice guy. He's very smart. And then you get him out in the bush, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then suddenly he just doesn't stop. He's just a goddamn juggernaut. Like he's killing it out there. He went to the top of the freaking Radium Mountain with me, and just tough ice bathing, like so tough. So Texas tough, man. Nothing but respect for that. Are the Sasquatch photos you posted real? Yes, absolutely. It's all going to come out. All the truth is going to come out. I'm extremely confident. There's technology that's going to prove my photographs are real. It already exists. It's digital thermal pixelization. It's where you can actually, the digital, when you know the wavelength of the light, and specifically outdoors sunlight, which is where I film my Sasquatch, when you know that wavelength, you can determine the thermal temperature of the skin with that known wavelength. This is I think it was Berkeley. No, it's another university that did it, not Berkeley. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, the technology exists. It's just been sold off to the incredible American government. It was sold off to the freaking military. So, no, Homeland Security bought it. So, my point is, when they applied digital thermal technology to the Sasquatch's face, conversation over. They called it fingerprinting, where the temperature is like specifically all over the place. A mask can't do that. So it's a fingerprint. And most importantly, it fingerprints as non-human. That should blow your freaking mind. So not only can we prove with Jane and Jake, those photographs, those incredible facials I have, how big their heads are. Their heads are enormous, like so big. If you saw my video about where I put my head into it, 100% like they're just like literally like the head would be this wide to where mine is. I know I'm vertical today. But the digital thermal pixelization ends the conversation. Berkeley? Gosh, Duke. It was Duke University that came up with that technology. High-end physicist, amazing technology. Sold it for millions. So it's going to come out. Eventually that technology is going to be there. We'll prove it. I think you should be able to do that with this Patterson footage too. But they actually, what they did was, just long story short, is they called me up and said something disrespectful to me. Hey, we'd like to see that mask that you made of a Bigfoot. We'd like permission to use your photograph. We're going to pay you for it. And we're going to use that photograph to prove it's authenticity. I don't think they were nice like that. I think they were total jerk offs. Like, oh, you're your mask and your fake thing, and we're gonna prove it. And I was like, bring it. So they paid me $2,000, and I just gave. They're not gonna go public. They're gonna keep it private. This was the Jane photograph, because they also in the Jane photograph there's snow, so you could get a temperature base of the snow and the sunlight, the direct sunlight. Man, they called me back and it was like, holy crap, Sasquatch is real. I was like, yep. And they go, oh, you don't understand, sir. Not only is it real, that female Sasquatch fingerprints, like she's fingerprinting. They never gave me a copy, but he explained to me the fingerprinting and how it works. Like every human being has fingerprinting that can be acknowledged by their thermal, the way the thermals are released through their head. And this thermal fingerprinting came out as non-human. Humans don't have that kind of fat. Humans don't have that kind of temperature. Like this is actually a cold weather hominid. And I'm like, let's bring the technology out. I believe, no, Adrian Erickson was working with me then. That's when he bought that Jane footage for his documentary. I don't think he ended up putting it in there because of all the hatred around me back in those days. But he knew, and I'm telling you, it's going to come out. So just give it some time. Give it some time. It's all going to come out. Yo, I would definitely come out there from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. Thank you, Drew. Then just go apply. Sold out, but Kyle's going to be doing expeditions. And I'm going to start working on that. Man, got so far behind with this sickness. I've been just put out for almost 2.5 weeks now. Seriously, y'all, expeditions are expensive. Let's get Todd back in the mountains. Thank you so much, guys. Well, it just goes all to the research. Like, don't don't think I'm having a hard time financially. I'm doing well. Everything's good. If I start getting to the point where my documentary is killing it and I'm making millions, it's just gonna come back to Sasquatch research. Like, otherwise, I'll be paying crap tons of taxes, right? But I've proven it. It just goes back to the research. We're doing excellent research. I spend months and months out in the wilderness. Uh, it's been absolutely amazing. But the more abundance I have, the more I can focus on research. I love doing expeditions, but I'm kind of doing too many. I'm only doing 2 expeditions, not with expeditioners this year. And I think for 2025, I'd like to do double. Half the expeditions are just about the research, not about teaching people, training people, generating revenue for the research, just to be out there to just like I used to do. Like I used to get footage a lot more often because I was alone, and it's just a better way to be successful. So, hey Todd, hey Mr. Sang from Patrick, LACH, from Montreal. Hello from Montreal, beautiful Quebec, Canada. Dean Masters, like to see new pics of Eddie Bigfoot. Yep, I got some new stuff coming out. So Tracy Hale, keep up the great work, Todd. Love your show. Wished I could afford to go out with you. I know they're real, and I've had encounter 20 feet away. I'd love to hear about it. Bigfootencounter@gmail.com. And you can go out, Tracy, though. Like being guided by me and coming to this research site is very advantageous. I mean, it's awesome. This is the best research site I've ever had, I've ever experienced. This is literally like, Diane Fossey, Jane Goodall with their gorillas or their chimpanzees. It's habituation to the species, which has taken a long time. But you can do it. If you've had success, they're real. They've been 20 feet away. Go back there, get out there, do that research, right? So, yeah, please keep questions and comments on Sasquatch off-topic remarks will be deleted. That is correct. We are very well kept here. I have many people on here that are going to make sure this conversation is clean because it's so important to me that you guys are comfortable, not worried about crap. If I had the money, this is from Ramon. If I had the money, I'd go up there, but unfortunately, no, the finances aren't great, especially in Connecticut where I am. And we got to have a research site out there in every, most of the states of the United States. And if it's not in your specific state, there'll be one right next door. It's like a 4 or 5 hour drive. I literally would like to have 100 Discovering Bigfoot research centers. In fact, I'm going to. You can quote me on this. This is my manifestation. I'm going to have 100 Discovering Bigfoot research centers all over the world where people go out, connect with nature, learn about Sasquatch, and blossom from there. So greetings from Madrid. There we go. We're now international. Just before the end of the show, we're officially international. Just a couple more questions here. I'm going to scroll down big time. I'm going to give a couple whoosh, just so I get down here. Cheating a little bit. Vicky Drum. What is so hard to catch one? Hope in your lifetime you will get one. Oh, to like capture one? Yeah, I can't do that. That would be death. You don't you don't come into my house and capture my son or my daughter away from me or a family member, right? So that's the problem is you're dealing with a troop or a group or a tribe of indigenous people, and they love each other and they will defend themselves. And if you even try to verse them like that, they're going to know what your intent is. Do you understand? If you come out there like Renee Hinden, went out there to shoot one, bag one, never saw one, never got close to one. You can't. They know that's your intent. They want nothing to do with you. You're a closed-minded automaton. You're not going to win that. You can't beat something that's extrasensory perceptive. Do you understand? You can't. You can't verse that. They're light years ahead of me. I'm talking about me being the elite tracker and wilderness experience. There's no arguing that. That's a fact. I've got thousands of days of backcountry experience by myself and guiding people. And I can't get it's they own me out there. They're my teachers. They're so far ahead of me. So it's true Les is going back out in the field. I'm not sure. I think so. I hope so. Um, I had COVID, the worst thing I've ever had in my life. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Todd, what happened the night before you were surrounded by Bigfoot? What happened the night you were surrounded by Bigfoot? That was the day. That day I got or the day after that I got my spiritual animal ritual. That was the whole point of it, was to get my ass up the mountain to do a spiritual animal ritual. Just don't give up. This is important. Much respect to you, Peter Miles. You can't beat someone who doesn't quit, and that word doesn't register in my mind. I will be a Sasquatch researcher for the rest of my life. You believe me? I got here. I won this position. I want to train other people. I want more Sasquatch, full-time Sasquatch researchers out there, introducing people to nature, introducing people to their authentic self, growing people and connecting them back to the natural world. That's what I do. I will do that. I will never quit. I will just always do this. Do you understand? There's no chance. I've already won. I've got expeditioners lined up for the rest of my life. Like never gonna quit with these expeditions. Never gonna quit talking about Sasquatch. Never, ever am I gonna do anything but Sasquatch research. Other things I do, like directing, making a movie, doing YouTube videos, they're subsidiary, right? So I do that for Sasquatch research, but that's what I am, because I am a director, I'm a writer, I'm a producer. I made Discovering Bigfoot the movie. I've worked on major stuff with Survivor Man, and I do consultations for wilderness experts and stuff for movies and things like that. But it's all about Sasquatch, all of it. So Jack Fraser, I want to do what I do, and I bet you there's hundreds of people that would love to do this, and the training will happen. We're going to grow like that, guys. Even that's the other thing. Is most of these expeditions, I'm hoping to train people where they can go out and do this. And I have a lot of people that I have trained that have extensive experience, like Kyle, right? So that's a purpose too, is like to get these guys out there, and that's it. Stop talking, start acting, show us without stage direction. Stage direction. Mike Mike Melvin. This is a live show. It's all about talking. Start acting. I know what the hell you mean. Without stage direction. So this is an example of a human being that doesn't recognize authenticity. You have my sympathy, sir. If you think I'm acting with stage direction, you have my sympathy. I've got a plan, a good idea on how 8 want to do my research. Well, that's fantastic, Ryan. If you'd like to tell me about it, if you'd like to be hear my opinion about it, send me an email. Discover bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Hope you get better. My sister has the same thing. Yeah, it really sucks. Okay, one more question. Sammy Chicken. Thanks, Nicole. I thought it would be an important variable. I like it when you guys talk amongst yourself. If you find Bigfoot, make him eat a sandwich. Hilarious. Nature, Pets, and Family says, if they are real, they don't need humans. I agree with you. Maybe not. Humans are a powerful force on this planet. So they don't need humans. But if we go the wrong way, nuclear war, right? We have the ability to mess this planet up in a big way. And it's my knowledge that they want us on track. That's why I'm here, is they want us back on track, back connecting to nature, back in our authentic selves, back using our extrasensory perception. So they want that, or at least half of them want that, right? And that's what I'm here for. That's what I do. Thank you so much for tuning in the live show today, guys. I can see there was literally hundreds of other questions I didn't even get to. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. Oh my goodness. Thank you for your donations, all of you that donated today. Alex, super grateful for that. So I'll be back next week. John Huntsinger. There will be more Bigfoots seen this summer. Oh, look at that. I know you. So add as moderator. So make you, so John, you are now a moderator. So this is my friend and colleague, John Huntsinger. And he's giving away what I'm going to be talking about next week. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for your help and support, John. This is like the third time I've been talking about you on the show. It's awesome to have you out. John is an experienced expeditioner, had tremendous success on his last expedition in October. I think you were the last expedition of the year, actually. So I'll be calling you. You can see why I've fallen behind with my calls and talking to my colleagues. You are amongst them, obviously, John. But I gotta go. Let me go stop coughing for a bit. And thank you all for tuning in very much. And more videos, more stuff coming. Stay tuned. The discovery has happened. We're just allowing it to just trickle on down, and be very excited, because these are very exciting times. The discovery will not linger. It's here. It's happened. We're going to move forward and just precipitate it until people just can't deny the truth. So until next time, take care. Bye for now.